Hello and welcome to this special quick video with Toby Rudolf. We're down at Sharks at Kareela, getting ready for trivia night tonight. Toby, I prepped you on this question and I'm going to ask you inside, prepping for trivia down at Sharks at Kareela, what are you thinking about as you come into tonight?
I mean, you just think of trying to, hold the questions, trying to get a fair sort of scheme of game of two halves, kick the corners, etc. You know how it is.
It's a game of 6 rounds.
Game of 6 rounds.
Game of 6 rounds.
I thought it was 2 halves. I learned something new today. Thank you for that. I appreciate it.
Now, we're gonna put you on some people's tables later to help them answer questions. How helpful do you think you're going to be? And why will you be the best of the 5 players coming down?
I'm not too bad with the trivia. I actually do the quiz every single day with a couple of the lads, Tony Grimaldi and Scott Campbell, a couple of the staff. So
okay.
We usually get, on average, probably about 3 out of 10. So I reckon that's 3 more than the other players will get.
Who's the star amongst the Sharks of the trivia buffs?
Scott Campbell is 67 years old. So
I just know stuff.
He's got a lot of time on us.
Just know stuff. All right, last night we saw the Kareela Sharks Hall of Fame. 11 just legends of the club. You've got the chance to pick one of them in their prime to come into the 2025 team. Which player comes in? Where do they play, and how do you use them to help us win a premiership in 2025? There's a fair lot of players to choose from, Toby.
It's tough for a lot of reasons. The ones that I want to pick are in my position and I want to play, so I can't pick them.
Well, there's bench spots.
There are bench spots.
So poor Dylan Wright picked Peachy last night.
Okay.
And so I stitched him up and said, all right, so we're dropping Will Kennedy, are we?
Yeah.
And so Dylan's like, no, I'm not dropping Will Kennedy.
Well, our bench is pretty good too, so that's tough. You know what? I'll go Gavin Miller purely because he actually won some Dally M's back then, Rothman medals. So it sounds like he's a bit of a cut above the rest. I didn't see him play. I've seen the likes of Gallen and some highlights of ET and Big Jameson Stevens I saw play as well. He's sort of my sort of player, so I don't want him in this side. That'll take my spot. So I'll go Gavin Miller. All
right, well, Gavin Miller, he had this deft passing and for a big guy and a forward, is just an absolute star playmaker. He'd be certainly a solid addition. Adam Dykes would have been a good addition too, as we've got Kate is actually doing the filming for us over here. And shout out to him. We'll get some questions for Kate in a minute. Mate, the injury, how's it going, and how disappointed must you? 2-part question. How disappointed are you not to be playing in Las Vegas?
Yeah, the injuries, answer your question first. First question first, sorry. It's coming along all right finally. It sort of had a really big plateau, so I'm 13 weeks post-operation now. And the first 12 weeks were just so stagnant. I was being held back a lot and it was getting a bit frustrating at times, but I've had a scan now and we're able to actually push the injury and it's not really injured anymore. And now it's just a matter of getting the range back, getting the strength back. Hopefully I'm only a couple of weeks away from contact, and usually with these sort of injuries you sort of hit a bell curve and you sort of start going up, and I can feel myself start to springboard, which is really, really positive. Second part of that question, today's been the worst day ever. All the boys said goodbye to us, Kate and I.
Oh, goodness.
Others,
Sorry, guys.
Saw them on their way, and it didn't really feel real because I honestly kept begging to go and thought I was going to go. But then to see the boys leave today was a bit eye-watering, but they're going to have a good time over there, hopefully get the job done, more importantly, and we'll be here waiting and getting better for when they come back.
Sounds good. All right, Toby Rudolf, thanks for joining the ET Stand podcast. We'll get you into trivia. Thanks for coming along.
No worries. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, legend.